Hey, motherfuckers, our shit got cut off because we didn't pay our Zoom bill, but we're starting another one. Yeah, we're new to this whole thing.
I don't know.
We, for some reason, you can even hear me last bit, like, it'll just extend. We're good. And then it was like,
Cool.
nope. But Rodney, I believe, was talking about dead bodies in a vent or a crawl space or something.
Yeah, about Ty's little her little basement thing. Like
Or a dungeon,
I would
chamber of
much rather
secrets.
find a bunch of dead bodies in there than find my dog's head stuck to a spike with a voodoo doll of my child next to it.
Okay.
Anything.
I didn't even think about that it was their dog and it
Mhm.
was their child as a voodoo. That's way
Oh,
worse than dead bodies. I thought it was just a dog she found outside.
No, it's definitely their dog, but she
That it
said
was
like got out.
and I didn't even think about the voodoo doll. Yeah, that makes it way worse.
I'd be panicking, dude. If I ever saw somebody, people are always like, oh, so fixated on what's in front of them. Me immediately, if I see a dead body or something, I feel like, are they still here? Are they
Yeah.
still here? Like that's what my brain goes to. Like, am I the one in danger now? Because I feel like I'm just seeing too many movies where somebody sees something shocking and then the killer or whatever comes up behind them and they choke you up.
yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
like immediately like, we good? We good? Yeah.
I
Something.
would never win the crawl space to begin with, though.
Well, that's exactly why you
None of
don't.
us.
You
None of
never
us.
know what you're gonna find, dude. Me, a lot of cricket spiders, unfortunately. Yeah, that'd be wild. Like if I go in the crawl space, I haven't been in there since like I've owned this house, and there's just like a John Wayne Gacy situation under me. I'd be like, wow, damn. Yeah, that would be crazy. Like I feel like you see shit like on the news, like everything seemed normal, and we just started noticing a stench, and yeah,
Yeah.
there's a dead body. They tried to blame us for a while, but okay.
So where do y'all think Hobby's at?
Javi's the bear, dude. No, I don't know. Maybe they
I
ate him.
forgot all about him, dude. I forgot he ran off,
Yeah,
and then I forgot that we hadn't seen him since then.
yeah,
That's
dude.
Well, what's his brother was looking for him, and then
At the very end,
Matt comes to help, and he's like, "I love you."
I love that scene.
He's like, "All right."
That's the song I was like screaming in the group chat. That it means nothing to me, oh Vienna. Like that song for some reason got me like into their love so much in that moment. I was like, let's go. Yeah, dude. I don't know if you ever heard that track before. That shit is powerful.
No.
Javi,
Yeah, I don't know why, but that scene was like just watching all the shit they would him just be like Travis is a bit of an asshole, but if you look at like everything he's been through, like not just like the wreck, but like trying to deal with his younger brother and then losing his younger brother and then going through the situation of like maybe I'm about to lose my virginity and then having been vulnerable in that fucking way, even if you're a dude, you are when you first start, and then losing his dad and watching his dad get impaled. It's like he's got a million fucking things going on right now. So like I don't excuse any of his douchery necessarily in the beginning, but at the same time, if you ever could, it's like the circumstances he's in. And like honestly, like the first time I watched this, I was like, yeah, like I could see how they loved each other. But the second run through, I felt like Nat and like Travis's love like so much more. And like that scene was like impactful as fuck. Like him just be like, I didn't mean like I didn't like it. And it's like, oh, like she's getting into like I felt like that romantic moment, like she's getting under and that song hit. I was like, let's go. It's like I love this right now.
I was like, Travis is the luckiest dude in the
Yeah.
world. He's stranded with all these hot girls. He hooks up with Nat. He hooks up with Jackie. Then he almost hooks up with the entire team, but they almost kill him in the process.
Yeah,
so.
that got really fucking weird.
Yeah.
And that's what's beautiful about like Nat, dude. Like through it all, she's like the one person that can see like under everything. Like he is like a good guy. He's just went through hell. And even after doing that, she's just like, I don't care about that. Like in that moment, I felt that just her being like, you had a fucking knife to your neck. Like, and it was just like, I didn't want to do it. I was like, oh shit. Like I'm into this scene so much more the second time around. So yeah, that was more impactful for me. Maybe it will be for y'all in the second watching.
I'm not gonna watch this again until I know the second season's coming out. That way I can
Yeah, binge.
Keep it in I was thinking that Javi killed his brother. I was like, oh, that might be who killed his brother. He might have came back and killed Travis. But then as I'm watching, yeah, we don't know where Javi is at the moment.
That'd be fucking crazy.
He was just laying out there in between two logs as all the shit was happening. Then he got up and maybe he was. I don't think he was the bear because I think someone else would have seen it besides just Lottie thinking it's a
Yeah,
bear.
and they're not on shrooms anymore. But there's some people wondering that I've seen discussing like, what if there's some shit going on where
Hey,
it has something to do with the cult type of satanic shit.
it does make sense because the bear got stabbed one time and then just died. Maybe they just stabbed Javi in the back one time and he died, and that was it. It makes sense in that regard.
That'd be fucking crazy. What'd y'all think about Lottie though? Like when she first got like possessed and shit, and she was speaking another language.
Yeah, I
It was
was.
kind of fucked up. I was like, oh shit. Like I remember why I was like, let's go. We got some satanic shit now. I'm into this. Like, let's start a seance. Great fucking ideas. If our problems
Yeah,
aren't bad enough.
yeah, no, exactly. Let's summon the devil. Like,
Yeah, dude.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was cool. I thought more was gonna happen with that. Like, I thought they were just gonna like she was gonna have like powers and start throwing people.
Start zapping
So
people.
glad they didn't do that.
They
I
kept us.
dug it. And they keep everything just like subtle. If they can pull this off, dude, it's like they give you a little bit of everything and it slowly builds, and then over a bunch of seasons, it's boom in the very finale. But that is so much harder said than done. Like, good God, that would be difficult to pull off. But I'm very curious about it. Also, the no eyes guy. What do you think about that dude? That's like was around when Thaisa sees, and her kid is seeing the guy with no eyes, and she saw him when she was a kid when her grandmother was dying, and she was like, "Don't let him take my eyes." And then you see him at the woods in the woods at one point.
You see him in the cabin one time too.
Yeah, he just kind of pops up and random, and he's like when he's at our press conference, I think at one point in the background for like half a second. That like, who the fuck is that guy? Like that's another question. You're like, who the fuck is
You
that
kind
dude?
of you kind of went in and out. My internet was shaky. Are you talking about the guy after Jackie died that's in the cabin? Like, who's that guy?
No, that guy though. Do y'all know who that guy is?
Is he the hunter?
Yeah, I believe that,
He's
like Laura Lee's like we're waiting for you, and then that's showing the guy that was dead in the fucking that owned the cabin that was in the
addict.
chair. I'm
Okay.
talking about the no eyes character. There's this no eyes character in the show that they see, like at least Thaisa and people in our family sees. Like Thaisa, when her grandmother died, she was like, "No, no, don't let him take my eyes," in the corner, and he was just standing there with no eyes. And then like she ends up checking her grandmother's eyes, and she sees there isn't any, and then she starts like looking for a kid. I forget his name, and her kid's like drawing him and saying there's someone sitting in the tree. And then, like, next thing you know, later on, what's Thaisa doing? She's sitting in a tree. So that makes you wonder with that. And then he just randomly pops up. Like he's in the forest at one point. It's like you just get quick glimpses of him. And like there's some people think he's like the harbinger of death, or like what the fuck is he exactly? He just seems to pop up in like random places and can just like, I don't know, maybe he comes for your eyes. Like that's what the grandma said, and he doesn't have any. So maybe that's a good guess, but we don't really know much about him yet. And that's interesting to me because I really want to know what his character is exactly. I don't know
Oh,
if y'all had thoughts on that or ideas of who he was.
I have
no,
no idea who he could be. I think we'll have to wait for second season to get any kind of unfolding of that.
Yeah. They're just setting that blueprint down. Yeah, dude.
how many
Did y'all,
seasons do you think this will have?
I think it's gonna run, dude. I think it's gonna have like 5 seasons at least.
I was about to say
I'm
over
legit
under.
thinking I'm gonna go like 5 or 6.
That's
I
crazy.
think 3 is about the sweet spot because if you handle the winner in this next season and then close it out on the third season, like I'm pretty sure. I mean that would make sense. I mean, unless they do like 4 months per season, if they do 4 months per season, they can extend it out.
Well, that's
But
the
that,
thing too, is like where you could be frustrated that they didn't show a lot. The show is obviously patient. So there's always going to be something you're like yearning for more. Like you're always going to be like, what's happening here? And it's definitely got ideas going for it. It seems like it's always ready. They might not get answers yet, but that comes with that patience to where they can extend it and still make it interesting. But also it shows you their ability to like keep adding in fresh ideas. Like going into the next season, I mean, it could feel like a completely different fucking show. Like we knew it was supposed to be about cannibals. We haven't even seen cannibals yet. The whole second season is going to be about cannibals and fucking Lottie's gang. And then by the time that's over, we might have like two more things where like the third season's like, we need to fucking get out of here. And then then they're on to like the next objective as like adults. Like you just like, it seems like they really, like they got a good feel for this. And I think that's where we need to slow down, like as fans of the show, like to be like, they didn't show us this, they didn't show us that. They clearly have like a game plan that they're trying to like get this going at least for 3 seasons, I'd say. There's no way they wrap this up in 2. And I'm sure they're gonna have more fucking questions that they add the fuck in. And that's another thing with the baby. They've said like people have said like the timeline doesn't match up where that's her daughter in real life at all. So you're kind of wondering where did that baby go that Shauna had? Will that end up being a sack? I don't think it does, man. It was like
because just because her kid, Shauna's kid's in high school, and then Ty has a kid and he's like 5 or 6. That's why I'm like, maybe it does line up.
well, this happened in 96, and this that would make her how old? Like that's just 5 years younger than us. So like she'd be older. So that makes it to where that isn't the kid. I thought it was initially, but you look at it, that can't be her. So that makes you wonder what did happen to that baby. Does that baby? That's another question. Does that baby? Was that baby maybe an offering of some kind, like a sacrifice?
no, the baby happened before the conception happened before the
That's
what's
what we're talking about, dude.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with anything, dog. You just offer it up to the sky. Everybody, dude, come on, man. I know my baby sacrifices. Yeah,
you
dude.
know,
Back at that shit, but like, I don't know if y'all thought about that, but there's something definitely happened to that baby. It's not with them. They're not talking about it. And maybe, Jeff doesn't even know about it because it never left the fucking island. Like maybe it was a sacrifice. And I think that's what all signs point to. Because there's
I wonder
definitely
what
like
they're
that
doing
going
with
on.
Coach because we don't see any of Coach either.
I
So,
thought for sure I was like, he's wounded. He's about to get eaten in episode
dude,
4.
yeah,
And then this
he's
show is just insanely patient. It's like we're actually not going to eat anybody.
yeah. They had that little mauling of Van, which was pretty gruesome. But
Yeah, I
then
like that a lot.
after that, nothing really happened for a few episodes. So I mean, yeah, I do like the patience that they have with it because it keeps me wanting more, which is good. So
Dude, yeah, I'm
I
telling
just
you, y'all got to join that Yellowjackets group if you haven't.
I'm in it. I'm in it.
It's insane theory after insane theory, and some of them are ones I've thought of. So I'm like, I'm not alone, and other ones I'm like, I didn't even think about that, but good fucking point. Like I figured that out. I think I figured out the timeline of the kid being off. I was like, oh shit, yeah, dude, they totally sacrificed that baby. They had to have.
so who do we think the pit girl is?
That's the question, dude.
Because she was
Dude,
skinny. She was real skinny. So I mean, I don't know who was really like skinny other than Jackie in the group.
I'm thinking it's Lottie.
Maybe, yeah. Makes
I
sense.
don't
I
know
see
because
them in the second.
no, because Lottie is a part of the head of that group that kidnapped Natalie.
Yeah, it can be Lottie. You're exactly right. I can't believe that didn't piece together for me. That I think it's because I mean we literally just talked about it, but I think it's because that was my thoughts because I was like Lottie's got to be head honcho, but when I went back and rewatched it and saw the person that chased them into that had like the necklace, I was like maybe that's like the main lead, and that is Shauna, and if Shauna is the lead, Lottie had to be taken down a peg, and maybe they kind of like rioted after her. Like they fucking were just like, we're done with your shit and made a new leader type of situation. And that could make for interesting season, unless maybe it is somehow Lottie and everybody else where it's like, who the fuck is Lottie? And then it starts off with the next season like that's impossible. She died back in the woods. And then they add in that whole thing.
What about Mari? That girl named Mari.
Yeah, it could have been her. She had dark hair too, and I think the girl that was running had darker hair, if I remember correctly. Maybe
Which
not
one's
though.
Mari?
She's the
She's one of the
there's the
background characters.
yeah, there's that she went with them with Van, I believe. It was her and that one black chick.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
She was telling Misty. Remember at the end, I believe, yeah, I think that was her in that scene. When when Misty was like, "Here, let me help," at the end, she's like, "Get like the last episode." She's like, "Fuck no, Misty! Like, get out of here! You think we let you touch our food?"
Yeah,
yeah, that chick could definitely be her, or maybe it's Coach. He grew a leg and grew out the hair a little bit.
Dude,
he's just like
something needs to happen to him.
What was the point of him? What was the point of him doing that thing with like acting like him and Misty had something going on, and then he just is like, "Oh yeah, I'm gay," and just comes out and is like, "I'm gay."
That was just a progression. Like he was like, I can't deal with this. This girl's legitimately psycho, and like I'm actually probably kind of scared of her. I can't get away. I'm stuck with her. I got one fucking leg. She might kill me in my sleep. I'm just gonna come up with something. And then once it like started boiling over, it's like I can't fucking do this anymore. I'm gay. Okay, just leave it alone. Like,
the classic pretend to be gay to get away from a chick. Yeah.
yeah. That's what that had to have been. It wouldn't have made sense if he just immediately the day after was like, also, I'm not. But you could see like when he was saying that, he was like, all right, enough's enough, Misty. Cause like you could see him like being like, God, like playing along with it. Like even when she's like, actually, I need to go with them too. When they went and got attacked by wolves and shit. And he's like, yeah, be careful. That's brave of you. Like he was tired of sticking up with it. And then after like more time had passed, he's like, dude, I'm fucking gay. Like, all right, that's what it is. Like, leave me the fuck alone. But yeah.
I like the girl that plays Teen Misty. She's also in Shameless.
Yeah, she's crazy.
She is crazy in Shameless. She's Carl's old girlfriend for a little bit.
Trying to dive into some Shameless now.
No.
We go to like 30 more minutes segue into that. But that is how these shows connect. We just like ended on that. It's like, what the fuck did they just do?
They all grew up on the south side of Chicago.
Yeah.
I feel like, this show, I feel like it just gave us a little bit, but there's a whole nother world that we don't even know about yet with them adults. Because hearing about Lottie still being alive as an adult.
There's so much untapped potential left.
Yeah.
It was like a cut and dry story. That's why 3 seasons is kind of like, dude, they could definitely do more because like I'm like even like it has more potential now than when it started.
And it's just introducing new characters like Nat, the girl that worked at the bank that Nat is blackmailing. She's like, I think people are watching me.
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of want to see that happen.
The sponsor chick or whatever. She's like, I'm not gonna beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
I've seen
I love Nat in this, dude.
Yeah.
I love
her as an adult.
Younger Nat is better to me than older Nat.
I love both.
Dude, she's so hot. I just had to say it.
Yeah. But I seen a theory on that little page on Facebook about how y'all know how Ty said that she's not a attorney for like murder, she's an attorney for like land or something like that. Yeah. That she and the girl supposedly bought that patch of land now, and that they own that land now, and that they're hiding secrets and shit out there. So I think that would be a good little twist if Ty ended up becoming like that land lawyer or whatever it's called and buying up that land for themselves. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Nah, I'd be into that for sure. That's what's interesting about keeping it open like this. It keeps you talking. Like you could talk about this forever, honestly. That's why we'll probably wrap it up here soon. But like there's just like, what about this? What about this? I was just saying characters we liked. I know Rodney is just like, I had some people I hated. Like I always liked younger Thaisa, but like older Thaisa. She grew on
I
me as the
do
show
not.
went on.
I
But
do not like her.
she's still a peg down for sure because the other three are like perfection to me. Like older Shauna, older Nat, and older Misty are perfect to me. And then she was just like, she just feels like the odd one out. I don't know if I like her casting as like an older Thaisa. She just seems
Yeah.
something about her feels like just a different girl, whereas the other ones felt so like just like it would just felt natural for them to be who they were. But as it went on, like I didn't grow to like love her like I love the other ones, but I was like, okay, I kind of like what they're doing with their character. And she does have this like, I don't know, like this weird thing about her where you're like, I really want to trust her, but then as soon as you start to get a little more trustworthy, you're like, I probably shouldn't trust this bitch. And then at the very end, you're like, oh shit, like what the fuck is this bitch up to? So like she became more likable to me as the show goes on, but the other three adults are definitely like clear cut ahead as far as likable. Like the other three are endlessly likable to me. I love all three of them. You hated Thaisa, okay? Anybody else you want to talk about how you hated?
I didn't like the husband Jeff at first.
Oh, he grew on me like a motherfucker. I love that dude by the end of it.
I know.
Like I love when he's like, "There's no book club."
Yeah.
He's like losing.
It's like, I can't believe you thought I was going to book club. There's no book club.
That was so good, dude. Their whole like cheating shit was like sad because it was just like God. It's like you at first when you were like, and you still I guess don't fully know, but when you thought Jeff was doing it, it's like this is just sad. Like I hope I never get to this point in my marriage where they both are like, oh, you got to do that thing, and then both of them are like, you're gonna go fuck that guy. We're gonna use another word and keep it cool. Like it was just like God, dude, that's got to be rough. And then I actually cracked up a lot. Like Shauna was like low key funny to me in this shit. Like I laughed at a lot of the shit she did. But yeah, then that whole a lot of it revolved around that. Was there characters you loved and or didn't like, Tyler?
I did, like I said, I did not like any character. I mean, some I like were just like, yeah, move on to the next scene, move on. But like I said, I love Shauna, I love Teen Natalie, and I like older Misty and older Natalie. I mean, just running through all of them. Ty, I'm like, I don't really care about or dislike. I just want to see where that whole story goes. But no, I mean, I didn't hate any character to
Loved her in Scream. She was awesome in Scream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Faux show. All right. Well, unless we got more to talk about, it's past Rodney's bedtime.
What should I watch? I gotta watch Avengers.
Yellowjackets again. I would recommend that actually, though. But no, there's so much shit to watch. Unless you're that deep into it like I am, you ain't got to do that. And I wasn't planning on it first, and then I realized the greatness of a rewatch once I started it.
I got like 30 minutes left of Avengers, and then I'm gonna watch Dark World, which I ain't gonna say that, but
Yeah, we can't dive too deep into that yet. Yeah, I got to finish Thor. I still have like an hour and 20 minutes in that. I just watched the first 30 minutes. Yeah, dude. Avengers, be on the lookout. More of that shit coming your way. Damn, another 2-hour video probably. That was a grind. All right, guys.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, man. Deuces. That's what Rodney's about to do. See his face.
Peace out, homies.
I freeze right there. All right, y'all. Deuces.